the Braddock Council approved, before they even knew a location, of a mobile methadone clinic down there. And that's another situation.
Did you say
What?
They approved of having a mobile methadone clinic in Braddock.
If I may, I want to keep us on
So
track.
that's another situation. They approved it before they knew where they were gonna put it. And I argued with this, we had a problem with them over 20-some years ago.
Please stay there.
I can't hear her.
And we can keep it down for so long. So hey, just, gentlemen, please, let your ladies respect her time. I hear your concerns, and certain valid concerns. However, I do want to keep us on track about Eastern Regional.
Okay, well,
Not
that's what I'm
right.
saying, because if you take this on, so that's another situation on your end.
Yes, ma'am.
And the point, I'd like to say about that is that they already did this approval without any of our input in, and then they tell us, oh, it's mobile, it'll be so many hours a day and so forth. And the methadone clinic couldn't even tell us how many people were going to be coming into our boroughs to get their treatment. And the point is, whatever happens in Braddock goes in North Braddock goes, the Rankin goes, we're all connected by a street difference. So our problem is going to be your problem and vice versa. That's what I'm saying.
And one thing I will say, because I have heard this a few times, from residents of Braddock, and also phone calls for the police department, we do not police the borough of Braddock.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am. Let me finish. We do not police the borough of Braddock. We respond to assist them, whether it be the borough police department calling for assistance, or the state police asking us to hold the scene until they get there. But I've had numerous residents ask me that. They thought we were their primary police department, and we're not. I just want to be clear about that. We do assist if they request it, but we do not respond to calls for service in the borough of Braddock.
And that's kind of the point. We already have the state police, but we don't have to pay to come, but get into a 3-year contract with this merger and not knowing how much it's gonna cost us, but what if the state grant stops paying? Then where's the funding gonna come
So
from?
my recommendation, I hear your questions, and I hear your point. Attend one of our commission meetings, speak to our commissioners. Certainly.
Well, I'm glad some of them are here because I don't know who they are, and I'm glad, but I just want you to be aware
Yes,
of
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
the situation.
And I'll come back to you in a second, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is John Carter, I'm from the city of Pittsburgh, and that, the reason I'm here today is that I try to provide whatever resources I have to Mon Valley, and the mayor do return my phone calls. And my question to you, Chief, is that, what are your thoughts about having a social worker or a mental health worker to go on a police call, which it might be inclined to having people at the scene?
Absolutely. So great question, number one. What we're seeing right now in policing across the country is just that concept of having social workers embedded in the police department.
Certified field specialist.
There you go. I'm a proponent of that, but like everything, it comes down to funding. I would have no issue with that for our police department, but again, it just comes down to funding. What we've done to an attempt to kind of navigate the funding challenges is we work with Connect Lead, and Connect Lead actually comes out for folks who say we're having someone we constantly have police contact with negative. Well, instead of arresting that person, they meet qualifications, or excuse me, I guess you call them qualifications. They meet the requirement threshold for Connect Lead to come out. They'll come out in lieu of us arresting them and get them the resources they need, whether it be, rehab, mental health, or what have you. But to more specifically answer your question, I'm a proponent of it. It's just comes down to funding.
Chief, I believe that since you mentioned funding, you might be able to get funding from the Pennsylvania Related Crime Commission. Ben sense that you are trying to prevent and intervene with bad disorder. You might be able to get funding from there. I'll take a look at it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I already shared a few hundred $1 million.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Yes,
And
ma'am.
also work with outreach workers as well.
Gotcha.
So I'm Pastor Anita Gray. I have Holy Temple, and we're also Greater Valley Community Services. We have 2 programs at 609 Jones and 300 Holland, which everybody says the old Salvation Army building. So one of the things that I would like, which we mentioned about social service programs. We partnered with CNU for training. One of the biggest trainings is autism. We have some in the community who have disabilities from autism. And so that you won't have to spend money, CMU and I, we collaborated in having online training. So that wherever you are, you can be in your car, whatever it is. So that we won't waste resources to do something like that. And you would have real time, and this is just a suggestion for you, you'll have real time people who are in your community, because data normally is out of date. So you have 2022, how many people who are autistic in your community. But with this data, you will have real time and the 15104 area code, 15235, whatever area code, who are registered in that community, and you'll know your disability. So we partner with CMU to come up with that information that we'll be willing to give to you all now.
So I appreciate that. And so one of the things on our website, we haven't activated yet, but we do have under our resources, not reforms. We haven't activated it yet, but you see camera registry. There's also one we have on there for registry for just what you're speaking of. For if you have an individual in your family, right, and they have special needs or autism or whatever it may be, you can put on there what that is, their information. That way it comes to us and we know, hey, we respond to this location. There's a person there who needs some special, kind of special, I don't want to say special handling, but we interact with that person differently. So I most definitely appreciate that information. We'll be, hopefully be in touch with you. If we don't, reach out to us because we're so busy.
There's some real-time trainings too. So they're like interactive trainings as well for your staff, so they can even know how to de-escalate situations. So, yeah.
And so while we're on the topic of training very quickly, our officers continually have training throughout the year. Not only the state mandated training, right, for certain things, but throughout the year, we have a program where officers do online training consistently, whether it be for bias policing, whether it be harassment, whether it be special needs populations, or what have you. I'm sorry, yes, ma'am.
Hi, good morning. My name is Denise West. I live up in North Braddock up in Lovinger. And there's a couple things that's up there, and I was really shocked that the mayor got in contact with me, because I have been trying to find out who to call, who to talk to about things that's been going on here that's been really bad. Since we've been living there, and it's been 2 years now, the first year his car got broken into, okay? They did a report, everything was fine. During that time, between that year and last year, the following year, before that, 2023, I went in the hospital and had major surgery. I had double lung transplant. I'm here to tell you, it works, because I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm not getting hard. And I'm a veteran, okay, and the veteran of first, okay, and I'm one of the first. But I want to come back to this gentleman right here was talking about trash. I think the trash he was talking about was people, the dumpsters, like right. Okay, there you go.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Dumpsters, trash. Right, that's what he's talking about, and I have proof, I have pictures. I told Mayor Lee about it. Just recently, it wasn't, a month or two ago, it was just recently, last week, I told him about that. I was gone for a whole year, there was no trash over there, a whole year away from my house because I couldn't climb up the steps. When I came back home, what did I see? From the 500 block of Lovinger, which is once you come up Hawkins, you make the right turn. That's the one-way part of Lovinger, and then you have the left turn. Well, I live on the right turn. In that first block, there was so much trash on porches, out on the sidewalk, on the side of the, I was shocked. I thought I went into a culture shock. Like, wait a minute, this is not what it looked like when I first moved here. Okay. I get to the stop sign. There is a stop sign at that corner before you go into the 550. There is a stop sign. You would never believe it, because everybody goes through it. To the right, there's an empty lot. You'll see it. There's no way you can miss it. There's trash galore in that lot. It's horrible. We have all types of animals.
And Ms. West, you said, and you said that this is part of it is, you know, addressing myself and council. And we do have council. What ward are you in?
Third ward,
So you have to address that. You have to address it with this councilwoman, and you have two other councilmen in the third ward. I think it's Mike Kristen and Lisa Frank. So those three, you need to address that way, and then they'll either resolve it, or don't let me know, or you let me know that you contact them, so I know what's going on. As I said at the beginning, that's the protocol.
right.
Okay, so
And I
that's how you're
understand
supposed to
the
do that.
protocol and
Yeah.
everything, but when you don't know
Oh, yeah,
who
absolutely.
these third ward persons.
Now you know, that's why you're here, that's why
And
you're here.
also, if they want us to know to vote them, don't wait till the day before and come knocking on my door,
Boom.
ringing the doorbell. I don't know you.
Right.
Okay, I don't know you. I didn't even know about this meeting. You know who told me? Because he called me. Because I knew someone that was in a board that knew him. He called me, Mayor Lee.
So if I may,
No ward, no, none of my close people called me. Second of all, this is the last thing I'm gonna talk about. There is too much going on up there. Okay, we have squatters, we have people roaming around in the middle of the night. I have one next door that's been living with me over 2 years, I've been there. He's still living there. I don't know how he got electric, heat, gas, how he living, but he do have lights, but I don't know how he's doing it. Okay, he goes through the front, goes the steps, goes around the back, going on in the door. Okay, I don't know how long he's been there, just like I said. Just recently, his car, they were trying to get in his car again, okay? But this is what I did. I said, okay, we put cameras on the outside of the house. Now, this is not my house, I rent it, but my landlord is awesome. And I said, you know, I need to put some cameras outside. He said, do your thing. So I did. God, the biggest day. He looking in the camera and everything, okay? Called the police, they said, hey, you got a camera? Mhm. Send it through it to us, okay? Send us the video, okay, no problem. Just the other day, we driving up the street. Who did I see on a house on the porch? The same man that's on the camera, that's on my camera, okay? That's the second time you can touch something, okay? I'm letting y'all know now, I'm not having that. That's too much, okay? I've seen one police car that has came through past my blink camera in the last year. Okay, and I understand about it, because I used to work in this area back in the days when I was a school bus driver. So I understand the whole thing about this, all these boards, all these girls, I understand all of that. But sometimes you get upset about things because things are not getting done. I have came up here before about trash. They sent someone out there, they cleaned it up, okay? There are so many vacant, abandoned houses that I live near. I'm the only one that lives right in that area until you get to the end where there's houses there. Everywhere else, there is nobody that lives there, the houses are terrible. Across the street, my landlord has another home. He can't even finish that home because the home next door to him, them dropped through, the roof and dropped through. He don't know what to do. I had him border up his house because now we got peeping toms that like looking through people's windows to see, oh, well, we can make this our home free. We can't have that.
well, I hear you, number one. I understand where you're coming from. My first response to you would be, in regards to illegal dumping, right? Call 911, report it so that we know, so that also can respond. As long as they're not on a higher priority call, they will respond.
Right.
Secondly, as far as the garbage and blight of that nature on the private property, we the police department cannot go on private property. Let's talk with the borough code enforcement, so they can try to get a hold of the property owner. Then we'll work hand in hand with code enforcement when it comes to having to either cite someone or make an arrest if need be, right? So those two, firstly, yep.
Again, as I said before, when I stood up here, again, it's the mayor's responsibility as well, but also the council work as a collaborative effort on these things. So you already know who your councilwoman is. So this is the reason why I wanted to do this, because I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out for the North Braddock residents, okay, as well as people surrounding the North Braddock community. I wanted to make sure I put the information in your hand and empower the residents so they know exactly what to do moving forward, so you don't feel lost. So what once was will never be again. So that's why I called you and we talked, okay? And I wanted to make sure you're being heard, okay? That's what I do with everything. That is my position. But not even just that, just being a man, seeing problems that need to be, and there's a lot of problems. I can't fix everything,
Right.
but the main thing is I'm listening to everything that needs to be addressed. And that's why this man here, and then with the collaboration with also the council and different resources, you should not have to, because there is a quality of life ordinance in North Braddock. You should not have to be living in this condition you are, where there's people just dumping, and you have to have cameras and all these different things. Nobody is saying you're lying, nobody's saying anything. It's terrible that you have to be in those conditions. And these are the things that need to be addressed. And that's why when I sit up here and we have these meetings, I don't want to hear what's good. I want to know what is really good in North Braddock. Because you can sit up and say, I can sit up and say, hey, I'm doing this. But I ain't talking about those other things. You got to talk about all those other things. You can't leave it masked, because you leave it masked, it's gonna build all the way up. And that's the situation you're in. So I want, this is like, to me, a clean school movie. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'd rather see the ugly and some of the bad, knowing that it's gonna be good.
But see, one thing I know I did the last time, I came up here personally and showed them what was going on as far as dumping. The next day, the borough sent someone up there with a truck and a plow or whatnot.
How long ago was
in
that,
the front,
ma'am?
and that was the first year we knew, so it's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
Right, and then when all this trash came, like I said, I wasn't home. I was at my son's recovering from my double lung transplant, so I wasn't at home for that year. When I come back home, my daughter said, yeah, we got a new dumpster site, and she showed it to me. Now it's almost up onto the sidewalk now. So I said, well, Dad, let me call and see what's going on here.
And cleanup day ain't gonna get it. That's why.
Right, cleanup day
You gotta
is
do this
not
a little bit more than just once.
Right, and my landlord, he doesn't have a problem with cleaning up and whatnot. But I told him, I was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not doing that.
Well, you have, so
It's
that
too much.
again, this is the reason why I did this, and wanted to make sure people get the information from the resources I provided, as well as the chief, heard it from my mouth as well as his, so that way nothing gets misconstrued anymore. The information is out there. Now you know you're in here. So if somebody says, you know, the police are not, was you at that meeting? How you can address it? Because you can be my addressers now. Because you can say, no. He gave us all form. I didn't get one. The only man was man, you wouldn't get all that. I'm empowering you today, so that way you know it's happening in your community, as well as you being residents, you don't have to taxpayers. So, I mean, this is important for us to have this information out, but. Okay.
Okay, as the, one of the council for Third Ward, just to let you know, I live on Stokes Avenue, and I do ride around Third Ward. I take pictures, I send the information to our, sanitation department. There have been, as you probably noticed, all the trash for over a month on Forest Street. I had been on it, it was mattresses, and I mean, it just became quite a mess. And if you ever attended to any of the meetings, you would constantly hear me talking about this. Mayor Lee can tell you, I'm constantly on, and I am also on the light committee. So those are things that I'm very serious about. I've lived in North Braddock for over 40 years. I've watched it decline. I have 3 properties in North Braddock, so I am vested in this area. So I do make sure, you may not necessarily see me, but you'll see a little white Equinox, stop taking pictures, that is exactly what I'm doing. To make sure that this information is getting out to the people that are responsible for trying to do something. We do have where our new sanitation department is begin cleaning up some of the areas as the weather break on the days that they're not picking up trash. But as everybody knows, we have, I don't know if you've ever been on Seddon Avenue, it's a hot mess. Novinger Avenue, it's a hot mess. Price Avenue, it's a hot mess. The bottom of Stokes Avenue, it's a hot mess. So it's a lot. It is a lot. And it just did not get like this over the last 3 to 4 years. Let me just say that. So we're doing back cleanup from what has been allowed to go on for years. So all we ask is if you see something, say something. You see something, take the pictures. If you can, identify who the person is, so that way you can try to do something about it. And hopefully you're keeping your properties maintained and encouraging your neighbors perhaps to do the same thing. I live on the street where a lot of my neighbors, they don't believe in cleaning up their property.
Right.
And it's sad to say because people don't have the value that they used to have of where they live and how they want to live. So it makes it a very difficult thing because you can't force people to clean up, and then with the borough, there's certain properties that they're not an owner, they're not committed on this property to clean up. I have a house that fell down across the street from me that we're still trying to find the owners so that they can clean it up. So it's just a lot of things that we're working, so we're just asking you to say.
My arm is getting tired, so I'm gonna stand up. I wanna know, who do the code enforcement officer report to? Or what is his job? Or do anybody here know what his responsibility is?
Here, you're that manager, and he's been with us, what, 2 years now? We've had to get it.
They appoint the council.
They report to council.
Oh, okay, that's all I wanna know.
And then, hold on. There's just a gentleman back here with, I want to answer your question for a minute. Sir? Did you,
I'm good.
you're good now?
The only thing I would like to comment is, I've met the new police chief, and he seems to be a really outstanding.
Not really, he is.
I have a habit, if the chief isn't aware, that I walk Bell Avenue every day. I do about 6 miles every day, and I'm very aware of what's going on the streets. And the young employees that have been hired to do the rubbish collection and pick up in the community look like they want to do their job. The problem with this community is nobody knows how to throw trash away. Let me make this very clear. Whenever I'm out, I'm taking trash. I'm responsible. I myself took responsibility for about 4 blocks in the second ward here, and Mr. Bohosky knows because he sees me. People need to learn how to put your trash in the garbage.
Right.
If you're walking it out, you're throwing it into your big garbage can, where's it gonna end up? On the ground.
And you know what?
Let's be realistic and let me finish.
Right.
We need to educate our young and our residents how to throw trash. Trash is to be put into a garbage bag. The garbage bags to be tied and thrown into the garbage can. Not just thrown into the garbage can. Because it's not the garbage man's responsibility to pick up your trash that you're too lazy to confine or contain for a rubbish day. Do your part of cleaning the community. So that's my saying.
I have something to say about that. I put my garbage in bags. I tied up that open garbage truck that y'all have put garbage on the street.
Right back on the street.
I sweep my street.
So do I.
I live out here, but that garbage truck is putting trash on the streets also.
Okay,
Well, I want to say,
so
here,
there's a problem.
right,
So that problem needs to be addressed with the young man on the garbage trucks.
which,
So, but the bottom line is, you can't throw trash in the garbage can unrestricted or uncontained. It's gonna be coming out when you throw the can in the garbage.
you're absolutely correct. And see, just like I seen you, and just like this gentleman here, I know y'all pick up trash because I done seen you. And actually, I was actually with him picking up trash. So I know definitely y'all two do that. So if it wasn't, the residents don't know that, but I know it personally. So we didn't walk up Locust many times picking up trash.
Oh, yeah.
And, so I understand what you're saying.
The other thing too is when we're coming down to the big trash problems, like going with the one over here. There are people that are coming in and buying properties in our community and they're renovating, okay? And when they renovate, they don't have the decency to take the trash that they're tearing out of these buildings and take it with them and pay for the garbage disposal. They don't want to rent your dumpster permit at $75 for your permit and then pay for the dumpster. That's why I personally have chased them away from the borough dumpsters from dumping their debris in your dumpsters. So you need to monitor that.
Absolutely.
I think our code enforcement officer,
And again-
I know him, needs to be a little bit more blunt on the way the codes are enforced. If there's a landlord and he's remodeling a building, then he needs to be paying a visit by the code enforcement officer.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And made aware that if you don't keep this property cleaned up and the trash up off the street during construction, he's gonna be fined. I don't wanna see we're gonna cite you. Citation in this community doesn't do, excuse my French, crap. I may as well hand them this paper. The only way these people revamping these properties, and they got the money if they're the family, are going to adhere to your borough laws, or if you tap their pocket. You tap their pocket.
But you need to have everybody's pocket,
But,
you know, there should be a rule. And, like when you get these, different people that come in and wanna rent these units that they have here, there should be something written down that tells them that they need to be responsible for the trash in front of their house.
And
what David completed, let me just say, is echoing what Norm and Mr. Sophie said over there. Residents should be made to have a broom and a dustpan and sweep in front of their house and sweep the curb. That should be their responsibility also.
But also, I want to say this here, I think it goes down to, again, everybody got good points, but again, like I said in the beginning, these things need to be addressed. Now, this is a borough manager and council situation so whoever's in that board.
right, we're gonna listen because there are council people.
Right, but that's the reason why we're having this town hall meeting, is I want to make sure you know that the wards that you're in, just like Ms. West said, she never even knew that, she had to leave, but, Ms. Giles was even in her ward. So these are things, that's why I'm having this town hall meeting, because everybody want to put the blame on the mayor. Yes, as the chief law officer, yes, I'm gonna listen to everything, public safety, everything. I'm gonna address every issue, but it has to be a collective effort with the people you elect on these council wards, and that way everything, you have to talk to them, and that's how everything comes together.
Okay, excuse me, I've been sitting here for a long time. My name is Julia Little Wister, I'm Braddock's mayor. We are here about the region. Chief, you're doing an awesome job. And I'm also here as a representative of Braddock as the mayor. Thank you, CLEUTIS, for the updates on rules and regulations in my position as the mayor. I really greatly appreciate it. Braddock has a home rule charter that outlines just a tad different of the mayor's role in the community. But basically, this here that's issued by the state is still applicable, can still be addressed in my role as Braddock mayor. Ms. Carlette, Okay, she addressed about joining the, regional with Braddock. And the town meeting that was put out and then they didn't have things. It went out prematurely and it wasn't all the way, we didn't get the numbers, but now we have the numbers and things. I myself, I'm advocating for us to join because I'm for the safety of our community. I know once things come in and things and the money and the grants and what all that is needed for the 4 communities that was the regional was designed for. It was designed for 4, and at the time it was supposed to be 4. But Braddock at that time, couple council members voted against it and they won that. So we didn't join at that time. But it has surfaced back around and came back on the table, and now it has been approved to join the regional. I'm excited. I really hope that it happens, and with Braddock joining and bringing finances and more finances to the table, that you can adequately hire more police and things to survey and do everything that is needed for the 4 community, that the regional, that the Eastern Regional Mon Valley Police Department was designed to come in and assess and assist in the crime situations in all police functions and matters. So, now we have the numbers and it is being addressed. I don't know how many of our Braddock residents, I know that some in a lot, even council has, some council members have concerns and things. But majority has won over the decision to come in. Now we have the numbers, we looked it all over, and now it has went back to the regional commissioners and all to make the pass. Now it's in their hands, but I'm praying and I really hope that they say yes and Braddock join, and that we can all, as one as we are, even between the division of streets, we are closely knitted, we are one, and we need to come together as one unit. As that says, the Eastern Regional Mon Valley Police Department, and that consists the design that it was issued and came together for the 4 eastern community of the Mon Valley, which is East Pittsburgh, North Braddock, Braddock, and Rankin. But I know they don't have enough now, but it will, but they will. But you have to let things grow too, Marvell.
If there's any more questions, we're gonna start wrapping this up.
Somebody over here. Please, quiet.
That are gonna go to different communities and talk about the like, and I'll get more information, I'll connect them with you.
Okay.
Because he wants, even in the city of Pittsburgh, it's something new that they're starting. It won't cost the borough anything.
We're gonna take a couple more questions, but here's the thing, I wanna make sure I say this again, so we can stay online, like Chief said. I wanted to give him, you know, to be a listening board and answer questions about the regional police. And I also, as the mayor, I wanted to inform and empower the residents of North Braddock as well as surrounding communities about our roles as mayors. So that's the reason why I'm addressing some things, but if there's any other questions addressing about the police, please let me, that way we're good. There's still some coffee and donuts, you still take some with you.
Hello?
I wanted to get, as far as best, so like, are you getting federal money from this government, as far as addressing mental issues?
So we do have a number of grants. There are none right now specific to mental health. But again, our office takes training throughout the year as it relates to mental health and person in crisis.
Okay, so the officers are being trained for, say, because most of the time, if an officer engages a person who has a mental issue, the person usually ends up end up being,
Well, I would disagree with that. I would disagree that statistically it does not, it's just not accurate. So I disagree with that. However, our officers take training throughout the year consistently on a various number of topics to include mental health. So to your question, if I understand it correctly, our officers are trained to interact and appropriately interact and handle individuals with mental health crises.
okay, I was wondering, are you gonna have that, or, mental health, professional background with officer?
As of right now, that has not come to the, let's say the topic has not come up. I have no issue with that. Off the top of my head right now, just think about the logistics of that. I've thought about it before. Again, it boils down to funding and logistics.
Okay, I'm just getting the lady right here, she was interested. As far as,
So, and I know this is sort of past. So, even with mental health, especially with autism, even with their training, because autism is always so different for everybody, it's very difficult. So even with the basic training, even having a mental health person with them can be difficult. So even the basic training is probably the best for them. The key is just learning how to de-escalate situations. That's it.
I'm sorry about the DS.
But according to what I work with, people who do trainings for police, who have that at some of the academies, they also have that particular training with autism and those with mental health disabilities. So they do have those trainings.
Well, I make all the time, occasionally, the person, the officers, they can't deal with the person who has ventilation. That's all.
No, absolutely. There's always one-off instances across this country, right? We look at national over there's instances where situations could be negative different. When it's also when it relates to our police department, officers number one today have a baseline training at the police academy of mental health people in crisis. And from that baseline, police of our department, I think the police of our department, our officers are continuing what we call continuing education hours of de-escalation, people, mental health crises, use of force, et cetera.
Okay, so how much is federal contract?
Again, I have to look at our grants. It's not about, I'm not concerned about federal funding, sir. It's about what are we doing with what we have.
Yeah, how we doing, yeah. But I'm talking about you, that you investigate issues.
Well, when we talk about funding, it's not just that easy, when I say, hey, federal, give me money.
Right.
It's a grant process, right? And I'm competing with, quite frankly, we talk about federal funding for grants. I'm competing with approximately, 18,000 people that are all vying for some of the same.
CLEUTIS, don't give this guy.
And there's only a finite amount of money. So when we talk about federal funding, that's not what we get all these. It's about what are we doing with what we have and how we allocate that to
Right, all that, educating, police officers, how to handle certain situations.
But I think that's why community engagement is very important.
Strawberry frosted.
Because when you deal with people who already do that, and has that funding, that's the best thing. I think that's the best thing.
I think you had a question, sir?
Yes, sir. My neighbor's not here.
Ralph Williams here, here at the,
He reported to me an incident.
I'm
just saying, we need, of course, we need.
He said he called
Hey,
whoever 911, and he got no response. So that is an issue that I would like to address.
Okay.
Because if that kind of, intolerance is going to be a part of your system, it's a bad report.
Absolutely.
So I'm concerned because, it could have happened to me.
Absolutely.
So I wonder if that can be or will be rectified.
Well, a couple of things. First and foremost, I always like to have information about the date, the time, et cetera, so I can look into it. Number two, if someone calls 911, I don't know of any time there's not a police response. And if there is, right, if I don't know about it, I can't hold it.
That's what he told me. He told me.
And I can't face it, so I need more information to say. What I can tell you that our officers, when they get a call from 911, or they get dispatch a call, they either respond to the scene, or if the caller just wants a phone call back, they call that person back. So without more information, I can't really address that, because there could be a number of issues, right? If it's accurate, what was going on that they didn't respond? Was it a shooting? Was it a car crash?
Burglary.
No, I'm talking about aside from that.
Yes.
Okay, so if they did not respond, I need to know what was going on that they didn't, so I can address it appropriately. However, with that being said, I take very much concern with a non-police response. So that's why I need more information, like the day and time, particularly the person's name called, et cetera, et cetera. Because if they did respond, then yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Not only with us, but English.
Sure.
But without that information, I can't really speak to why this person may not have responded or they didn't respond, and what that looks like.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Any other questions?
one more time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so our squad, I don't know what you get through with them, but not, we have one female that's trying to back her up right now. And she came up halfway up my step, trying to rent the house, we next door to you on the right side. That's a man.
So,
I would see if someone would look into these houses right now.
so what I'm hearing, I'm sorry, interrupting. What I'm hearing is a number of houses. I want to direct you to our website to follow the links and hey, these houses, or this is for everyone, because what I've been seeing since I got here is that there's something happening. All right, everybody, hey. Can I get your attention? There's something happening. Call 911. Because what I've been seeing since I got here is folks are calling 911, but they expect the police to be the minors. You have to call 911.
Yeah, but then I found out when I called 911 about the incident with the gentleman called himself trying to get in the court the second time. Had to say non-emergency, because it wasn't an emergency.
That's
non-emergency, because it didn't get in. So when I did say that, she said, I'll have somebody call you back. And they did. It wasn't no more than 5 minutes at the top. And he took the information down. And I told him, I said, look, I have the videotape of it. And he's like, oh, you do? Can you send it to me? So I said, I certainly can. And he took care of it. He said, let me see if one of them is my computer. I got this up. But like I said, he lives a block down. But just the other day, I like, I was on my video. Okay, so I don't know the addresses over there because they don't have no addresses. Numbers on there, mine's do, and one next door to me does, but over there, I don't know. But that's the area right in there, that block right here. It's just too much going on.
So,
It's too busy.
what I would say is again, when it's happening, call 911, let them know, hey, this is what's going on, this is what, and our officers will respond, just as they respond to you the first time, they will respond, that's the expectation. I wouldn't say it's expectation, right, that's just common, right, common sense, if they don't call me, we'll have a conversation about that.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Any other questions, Yes, sir.
Yes, I want to ask, is it possible to be able to get information just like?
Jillian North, please.
Yeah, excuse me, I wanted to also say that us to be courteous to one another. If you want to have a conversation, I would imagine to go out there to give respect for everybody. So please consider one another. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I apologize if you feel offended, but okay. I was wondering, is it possible, if everyone that has any kind of order in the system to be able to do like the mayor, inform us what it is that we can expect of you? So that way we are aware to run proper channels instead of living on assumption and trying to catch the mouse with a dog. You know, I would feel that it would be a little benefit to be able to be more involved, to have more understanding with what you guys actually offer us in society?
All right, so I can answer that question, as I did, like, right now, what I did was, being the mayor of North Braddock, 3 years, going on 4, I wanted to empower my residents. I feel there's a lot of things that a lot of people do not know, and if I kept going down the same lane as council or whoever wanted me to be along that line, I wouldn't have this platform for y'all right now. So to answer your question is, the borough meeting every third Tuesday of the month in North Braddock, for all North Braddock residents. And the commissioners meeting is every third Wednesday of the month, but it rotates. It was here in North Braddock last month, it'll be in East Pittsburgh next month. And these are things, especially my North Braddock residents, to come, I invite you, come to the borough meetings, because that's what's important. If you don't show up, things are gonna stay the way they are. I wanted to do this because I wanted to be a sounding board, but I wanted to hear you too. And I wanted to let you know my concerns, and I wanted to empower you with legitimacy from the mayor's manual. That way you have that in your hand. So when anytime you want to read or look up something, what I'm supposed to do, I'm in full alignment of everything I'm doing. So this is not a diminished role whatsoever. So again, to empower you, it has to be something now with the councils, but I'm speaking mainly in North Braddock. Come to the borough meeting every third Tuesday of the month. That way you'll know exactly what's going on and you can air those questions and see what they need to do. Because again, a lot of people, that's why I said this, I'm not trying to offend nobody, I'm just going on protocol. They call me, I can pull up my phone right from the door. You can hear 3 messages right from the door. My thing is, there's a protocol. And if you're in second ward, there's 3 councilmen in that second ward, and you should be saying, I don't got their number, I got their information, I need to talk to them. And then you call the mayor, and then I say, let me call them, then call the borough manager, then he don't respond back, and you call me, then I gotta call you. But you need to talk to your council person, because when you vote these people in, you vote them in to be representations of the residents of North Braddock. Like I said, I'm the mayor of North Braddock, so everybody knows I'm a standalone guy. So I'm making sure that all my residents know what I'm trying to do 24/7.
Mayor,
Yes.
the marquee on the side used to have that information.
That's right.
Is that going to be functional?
That's a council thing. That's something you have to go and ask the council, because see, me as the mayor, see the council and the council president.
That marquee on the front end of the building belongs to the North Braddock Fire Department.
Okay.
A member of Second Ward, we put that up there to advertise fundraisers and stuff, so to address being able to use the marquee on the front of the building.
What do you?
So as far as myself, that's something that, there's parts, like I said, that I laid out there that I do, and there's parts that the council do, and there's parts that the borough do. But it's right here in this building, it's the borough manager's responsibility to tell you something, and also the council, and like he said, that's with the fire chief. So those are things that you can bring up at the borough meeting every third Tuesday of the month, which will be March the 14th. So let me make sure, I don't want to tell you something, and then you say, wait a minute, the mayor don't know what he's talking about. I'll make sure.
So what time?
I want to make sure I say the right thing all the time.
So what time for the meetings be?
It's always 6:30. So I'm sorry, I said the 14th. So it'll actually be 18th. The 18th of March is when you have, it's every third Tuesday. That's the 18th, right after St. Patty's Day. So if you sober enough, just drink some coffee and still come in on Tuesday. And Wednesday is when we have the commissioners meeting, and it rotates. So we had it in North Braddock, so I'm pretty sure to be in East Pittsburgh. But I want to say this here, I am very humbly grateful and a great, I mean, I can't say it enough, how y'all came out this morning and be part of this, because it's important, man. I don't know if they even had a town hall meeting They have, this is no Braddock. And then this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to change the narrative for the residents. So we can do things and let people know, hey, you vote us in. I wouldn't be up here if y'all said that the heck with Mayor Lee or the heck with this council person. The power's in your hands. And all I want to do is keep giving you that power so that way, as I'm running for reelection, and as well as some of these other councils. And I'm not trying to be ignorant, but transparency is the key. If you don't like what you see or feel, the power's in your hands. That's how you change the narrative. You can't sit up here and still say, it's this problem, that problem, and feel like, oh, I don't have it. If you're a registered voter and you vote, you have the right to change the narrative. The power is in your hands. We're your servants. And if they don't want to serve, then you get them out. Thank y'all for coming out. It means a lot to me. And we will have another one again, but please come out third Tuesday of March 18th to the council meeting. That's it. All right.
So I got a question. Look, I got a question. Because because I connected that cable up. It says power level. I want to say goodbye. Are we still live? Yeah. Okay. See you guys. See you Monday. No. Yeah, I got you. Let me go get this way.
All right, I'm going to William Sears. Great to be here. We're here with Braddock, excuse me, town hall meeting. And, joining me here is Bill CANATTA, who is my co-host on the way we see it. Bill, it's great that we're here live instead of, online.
Absolutely, brother. It was definitely informative. For the people of Braddock, I mean, if you guys have missed this one, you guys got to go check it out.
Yeah, check us out online.
Mayor Lee is really on top of things, as well as the new chief here.
Right.
And Braddock, and that's Eric Turner, Chief Turner here. So listen, I tell you what, if you guys definitely are from here, listeners and viewers right now at this point, you guys need to come to these town hall meetings because they're definitely definitely well worth it. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Bill and I Monday, we have a lot to talk about here, including complaints about 911, which has been something that the county hasn't been able to rectify. Also, a shortage of police officers. That's if you think the city of Pittsburgh has this problem, they do not. It's everywhere now. Everybody has this problem.
Matter of fact, the gentleman, we don't know everybody's name, just the officials. And there was a gentleman who said, he approached Chief Turner. He said, hey, we called 911 and there was no response. But, even though at the point of all of that, Chief Turner even said, they are very short on police officers. Now, he's going to look into the time and date of that 911 call because nobody showed up and it was a break-in. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? There's flaws in the 911 system. Tony Moreno and I, Tony couldn't be here today. He had a prior obligation. But, I want to say this, that we're having a little technical issues here a little bit, but we'll get it all straightened out. But anyhow, Tony couldn't make it today, Tony Moreno. What I want to ask everyone to do is to, hang on a minute, let me see where we're at. There we go. All right, I want to scroll down here, and I'm going to get to the great banner here. Today's sports rap show that was canceled today because I wasn't here. So, all right, this was our town hall meeting that we did today. And we're going to do some more of these things here because in case you're not aware, I've announced in 2027, I'm running for Allegheny County Council at large against Lincoln. Now it's time for change. Progressives have done absolutely nothing. And you have to ask yourself a question if you live in the Mon Valley, what has any of these progressives done for the Mon Valley at this point? And, so, but anyway, Mr. Mayor, find that ban.